Good morning, Eagles, and happy Read Across America week. Our book today is called Each Kindness. It's by Jacqueline Woodson and illustrated by E.B. Lewis. Jacqueline Woodson is a writer who's written lots of picture books and books for older kids. She wrote On the Day You Begin, which we read at the start of this year. She wrote Brown Girl Dreaming, which is a novel in verse. Some of you have checked out Pecan Pie Baby and Showway and The Other Side. She has family in South Carolina and she lives in Brooklyn, New York. And she wrote this book about how sometimes we have lots of chances to be kind, but if we don't take them, occasionally it's just too late, and you can regret the choices that you made. So, this book is about a new girl coming to school who's a little bit different from the other kids. And the kids aren't very nice to her. And by the time they realize their mistakes, she's moved away and they can't make it up to her. Here's our title page. That winter, snow fell on everything, turning the world a brilliant white. One morning, as we settled into our seats, the classroom door opened and the principal came in. She had a girl with her, and she said to us, "This is Maya." Maya looked down at the floor. I think I heard her whisper, "Hello." We all stared at her. Her coat was open, and the clothes beneath it looked old and ragged. Her shoes were spring shoes, not meant for the snow. A strap on one of them had broken. Our teacher, Miss Albert, said, "Say good morning to our new student." But most of us were silent. The only seat empty was next to me. That's where our teacher put Maya. And on that first day, Maya turned to me and smiled. But I didn't smile back. I moved my chair, myself, and my books a little farther away from her. When she looked my way, I turned to the window and stared out at the snow. And every day after that, when Maya came into the classroom, I looked away and I didn't smile back. My best friends that year were Kendra and Sophie. At lunchtime, we walked around the schoolyard, our fingers laced together, whispering secrets into each other's ears. One day, while we were near the slide, Maya came over to us. She held open her hand to show us the shiny jacks and tiny balls she'd gotten for her birthday. "It's a high bouncer," she said, but none of us wanted to play. So Maya played a game against herself. That afternoon, when we got back into the classroom, Maya whispered to me, "Bet you can't guess who the new Jacks champion of the world is." Behind me, Andrew whispered, "Chloe's got a new friend. Chloe's got a new friend." "She's not my friend," I whispered. The weeks passed. Every day we whispered about Maya, laughing at her clothes, her shoes, the strange food she brought for lunch. Some days Maya held out her hand to show us what she had brought to school: a deck of cards, pickup sticks, a small tattered doll. Whenever she asked us to play, we said no. The days grew warmer and warmer. The pond thawed, grass began growing where snow had once been. One day Maya came to school wearing a pretty dress and fancy shoes, but the shoes and dress looked like they belonged to another girl before Maya. have a new name for her, Kendra whispered. Never knew. Everything she has came from a secondhand store. We all laughed. Maya stood by the fence. She was holding a jump rope, but did not come over to ask us if we wanted to play. After a while, she folded it double, rolled the ends around each hand, and started jumping. She jumped around the whole schoolyard without stopping. She didn't look up once. Just jump, jump, jump. The next day, Maya's seat was empty. In class that morning, we were talking about kindness. Miss Albert had brought a big bowl into class and filled it with water. We all gathered around her desk and watched her drop a small stone into it. Tiny waves rippled out, away from the stone. This is what kindness does, Miss Albert said. Every little thing we do goes out like a ripple into the world. Then Miss Albert let us each drop a stone in as we told her what kind things we had done. Joseph had held the door for his grandmother. Kendra helped change her baby brother's diaper. Even mean old Andrew had done something. I carried teacher's books up the stairs, he said, and Miss Albert said it was true. I stood there, holding Miss Albert's rock in my hand, silent. Even small things count, Miss Albert said gently, but I couldn't think of anything and passed the stone on. Maya didn't come to school the next day or the day after that. Each morning I walked to school slowly, hoping this would be the day Maya returned and she'd look at me and smile, and I promised myself this would be the day I smiled back. Each kindness, Miss Albert had said, makes the whole world a little bit better. But Maya's seat remained empty, and one day Miss Albert announced to the class that Maya wouldn't be coming back. Her family had to move away, Miss Albert said. Then she told us to take out our notebooks. It was time for that afternoon. I walked home alone. When I reached the pond, my throat filled with all the things I wished I would have said to Maya. Each kindness I had never shown. I threw small stones into it over and over, watching the way the water rippled out and away, like each kindness done and not done, like every girl somewhere holding out a small gift to someone and someone turning away from it. I watched the water ripple as the sun set through the maples, and the chance of a kindness with Maya became more and more forever gone. The end. So that's something for everyone to think about this week, for all of us to think about the chances that we have to show someone kindness and how that kindness doesn't just affect the person that you're doing it to, right? It makes you feel better, it makes them feel better, and then it keeps going out like the ripples on water, which is why this week you're going to be working on painting your kindness rocks, right? Just like the rocks that Maya and her classmates put in the water to show how kindness moves through a community. You're going to be painting rocks with messages of kindness and love and hope and peace, okay, to ripple out through our community together. So I hope you enjoyed that book. Have a lovely day.